Well, I've decided to part this one out. This is my 1988 VN750. I'm the second owner. I bought it in 1991 with 1,800 miles on it. Excuse me, now has about 16,000 on it. Haven't ridden it much over the years. I have two other ones. I have three of these bikes and a couple little kids, and they're just not getting ridden. This thing hasn't been ridden in a couple years, and it's just senseless to leave it parked forever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 10s, the wheels, because they're brand new Avon Venom tires, and all the Farkles on my 05, and I'm going to part this one out. So at this time, none of that stuff's for sale. The rack, the floorboards, the crash bar, the sissy bar extension, the wheels, gas tank, fenders, none of that stuff's going to be for sale. Runs good, never had an issue with it. Well, I guess actually I've had a couple issues. We'll talk about that in a second. I've already warmed it up some. About the only issues I've had, let's see, is the rear final drive went out about 4 or 5 years ago. Started leaking all over. Had that thing rebuilt at the dealership for like $350, and it's probably got 6,000 miles on the rebuild on the new seals and everything they put in it. $15,839 miles on the clock. It's got some rub marks here from the saddlebags on the shocks on both sides. It's all pretty much stock. I've not done much to it other than the Farkles. I think I paid about $300 for the brand new Venoms, and I'm going to put those tires and wheels on my my 05, which I think it still has the stock Bridgestones on them, which suck compared to the Venoms. Great runner, never wrecked. Tipped it over a couple times, mostly in the dirt, going places I shouldn't have gone. It's got the LED tail light, which I'll put on my 05, at least the insert piece that goes in there. If I can find the lamp, I'll put the lamp back in. Change the oil once a year, so I've probably changed the oil some years with 500 miles on it. Some years I haven't ridden it at all. But my little kids take up most of my days anymore, and having three of these bikes just sitting and collecting dust is just kind of silly. This thing's never been parked outside except about 2 or 3 days in its whole life when I went on some overnight trips. The front brake loses its pressure and needs bled after it sits for about 6 months. There's something, one of the seals dried out or something. It's getting some air in the system on the front brake. Not quite sure exactly what the issue is. You pump the brakes and you can ride it for, we got about a 6-month riding season here, so it'll make it through the 6 months, and then by the following year the brakes will need bled again. Engine's 100% stock. I've never done any modifications to it. So kind of hate to see it go. It's been with me for a long time, but well, I've had it for 20 some years, so been a good bike to me. Really enjoyed having it over the years, but sometimes life takes turns that things that were important aren't so important anymore, and I've got an 05 to ride. I got a 1500 Nomad bagger, fuel injected to ride, and a bunch of other bikes. So, and by putting the 10s on my 05, I'll still keep this one alive, and at least appearance. 1988 VN750, good runner, just under 16,000 miles. Thanks for looking.